So, in recent days, as you've been on the internet, as many of us know, uh, there's a rapper from Detroit called, you can see right here, Dank Demos. Um, you can see she's huge. There's another way to put it. Actually, there is another way to put it. She's morbidly obese, and she was refused a Lyft ride. The Lyft driver, as he pulled up and saw her, he politely told her, I'm sorry, but you can't fit in my car, and I gotta cancel the ride." And from the looks of it in the video, he was driving something like a Honda Civic, or like a something, was it, the Nissan Leaf? Which, yeah, someone who's morbidly obese, I'd say, no, you can't fit in that car, even if somehow you squeezed in. Okay, a car, a small sedan like that just isn't equipped to carry that much weight. Car is gonna sink towards one side. When you turn the steering wheel and you turn, you're gonna hear the tire scraping against the car. It's how it works. The shock absorbers are gonna be working overtime. Who knows? They might probably give out by the time you get to where you need to go. You hit some kind of bump, you're gonna really feel it. So, yeah, I understand what the Lyft driver is saying. And me as man, I'm about 5'10", 5'11", 462 pounds. I'm morbidly obese as well. Um, I can understand if she got some embarrassment from being told, sorry, you're too big, to get into my car. I get that, but at the same time, Miss Dank Demos here, she should have thought about that ahead of time. Like I said, I'm 5'10", 5'11", 462 pounds. I don't go around thinking that no one's gonna notice how big I am. That's just stupid. Anyone takes one good look at me and they be like, damn, that guy's 500 pounds. Holy shit. It's the same thing with her. She knows it. So for her to pretend that the Lyft driver was not gonna notice, that the Lyft driver wasn't gonna care. I mean, it's his car. It's an independent contractor working for Lyft. Of course he's gonna care. His car is his tool. He needs to take care of his tool in order to continue working. So for her to pretend that, like, oh, what do you mean? Nothing's gonna happen. It's okay. It's fine. It's like, no, you can't be like that. We gotta use some common sense and realize, hey, I'm morbidly obese. Anyways, let's play the video of it here. Looks like Fox 2 in Detroit went ahead and interviewed her. And let's see what she has to say, and what they have to say as well. Because from what I remember, actually from the title here, where is it? Yeah, she's suing Lyft, which is ridiculous, but let's take a look.
Tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, like.
The driver said his.
I mean, yes, the driver is right. Yes, his tires, again, like you can tell it's a small car. This is not a car that's big at all. Like what is it? Like Uber has the Uber XL or whatever it is. A big SUV or like even a pickup truck, yes, they're rated to carry more, have more weight on them. A car like this is not. This is just a commuter car, which is exactly the type of cars that Lyft and Uber and other ride-sharing programs that they, what's the word I'm looking for, that they promote their drivers to type of cars they promote their drivers to have. Because yes, like a taxi, you're taking your customer from point A to point B, or even it could be multiple points, point A, B, C, and D, and so forth. Or it could be point A to point B and then back to point A. It's just a commuter car to get you to where you need to go. It's not a car that's made to haul a whole bunch of weight. I get it.
Tires could not handle her weight.
For every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL instead.
You know what? I don't never have to order an Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there.
He's right. Yes, order Uber XL. you know, and she's telling the truth and saying that she's never had to order a Uber XL before, you know, then that's going to be again up to the discretion of the driver. You know, if other drivers come with a similarly sized car and they say, okay, you know what, I'll go ahead and take her, I gotta make the money. Fine, that's on the driver. But then again, here with this guy, it's on the driver. It's his choice. As an independent contractor, he has the right to say, no, sorry, you're not gonna get in the car. And then again, like I said earlier, when you're morbidly obese, you cannot go around thinking no one's gonna notice. Doesn't matter what type of clothing you wear. You know, like a lot of times, anyone that's fat will know darker colored shirts can somewhat not this isn't magic, but somewhat it hides your rolls, just somewhat. Especially if you're somewhere where there isn't too much lighting, yeah, it can hide your rolls, but people can still see that you're fat. Like it's not the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Okay, you don't suddenly become invisible and everyone's like, oh my god, where'd they go? It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. They can see you. She can see herself. She gets dressed. She looks at herself in the mirror. She sees how big she is. She sees herself most likely in the mirror every morning, like everyone does. When you wake up, gotta go to work, brush your teeth, shower, you see yourself in the morning. I see myself in the shower in the morning. Like I said, I'm 462 pounds, almost 500 pounds. I see myself. I see how big it is, you know, and her being that big, that's her choice. Just like it's the driver's choice to say, sorry, I'm not gonna accept not gonna allow you to enter my car. You know, it's her choice to be that big. You know, she's eaten way too much, just like I have. My choice to get this big. You know, why did I make that choice? Well, you know, that's a topic for another discussion, just as it is for her. But she's gotten that big. I will say that, you know, when you get that big, the way you think changes. You know, and for someone that isn't obese or morbidly obese, you might not understand that, but yes, especially when you become morbidly obese, the way you think changes, and it changes because of your weight. You know, all of a sudden you got all this extra weight, especially on your legs, your joints, your thighs, your calves. You think about, oh man, you know what? I gotta walk up these flight of stairs. I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be huffing and puffing. My knees might hurt. My ankles might hurt. Heck, maybe none of my joints hurt when I get to the top, but there's a good chance tonight when I'm laying down in bed, might feel it then. You know, my thigh muscles, my calves are just gonna be overexerted. I'm gonna feel it, or you might just feel it the next day, or you might not feel it the next day, and you might feel it a week later. It happens. Another thing that can happen is cramps. You might get a cramp as you're walking. Maybe you don't get a cramp as you're walking. You'll get a cramp later on at night while you're sleeping. You know, you think someone shot you, but nah, all that happened is that you got a cramp. It happens, you know, and your way of thinking literally changes. You think about, should I go here? Should I go there? I'm going to be tired. You start to become lazy. The other thing that happens to get this big is when you go to eat, there'll be times that, and I know this because I've done it and I caught myself in the act, is like, for example, right now I'm sitting on my computer here making this video. From time to time, it's happened where I get up and I go straight to the fridge. I go straight to the fridge and look for something to eat. I'm not hungry. I know I don't have to eat, but I do it. It's just a bad habit where I'm not thinking at all. It's like automatic. Get up and go to the fridge, find something to eat something quick, boom, come back and sit down in front of the computer like nothing happened. And when you're that fat, you'll get up to eat in a jiffy, quick. In a heartbeat, you'll get up to go and get something to eat. Many times you just don't notice. And that's because you're really, really not thinking. And the times where I catch myself doing it, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? I'm not even hungry. You know, it's like I ate an hour ago, or I just ate, let's say, 4 hours ago. And as a morbidly obese person, I can go a 30 days without eating. Actually, I can even go even more. I can go 40, 50, 60 days without eating. You know, and if there's any obese or morbidly obese person watching this video saying, "Nah, that ain't true," it's like, yes, it is true. Heck, you read the Bible, Jesus Christ, he went ahead and went to the desert for 40 days. He fasted for 40 days in the desert. Here in the year 2025, we can all fast with an AC, with an air conditioning, and have a nice mattress to sleep on. We live in a time where any of us can just fast easily and lose weight easily. Last year, during when was it? In May, beginning of May, my family and I, we started a diet together, the keto diet together, and I got to lose some weight. But then eventually I reverted back to my old bad eating habits, just because when you get big, when you get morbidly obese, it's hard to change the way you eat. Like I said earlier in this video, it changes the way you think. Becoming morbidly obese literally changes the way you think. So even if you try to work out, lose weight, like you're constantly fighting yourself, because you have the bad habit of being lazy and eating whenever you want. That when you seriously try to lose weight, you're literally battling yourself. You're fighting yourself, trying to build a good habit and get rid of that bad habit of just eating whatever and whenever and however much you want to eat. You know, and unfortunately, this lady she's going through the same thing. Don't know if she's tried to lose weight, but she definitely needs to do it, because you know, being morbidly obese, you're at a risk of diabetes. If you don't have diabetes yet, you're at a risk of heart failure, heart attack, some kind of stroke. The other thing you're at risk of is going to be, if I remember correctly, it's called fatty liver disease. You don't want fatty liver disease. I mean, it's like, you know, your heart fails, you're dead. Your liver fails, you're dead. The other thing you're at risk as going to be colon cancer, because you're just eating so much processed foods. You know, you get colon cancer, you're dead. And just those three things that I mentioned, actually four, because diabetes, there's so many other things that you can get, and it's not that you're just going to get one of them. Nah, because you're just because you're morbidly obese, heck, you can get all four at once, or even more. You know, and it just lowers your life expectancy. And who knows? Because I also know, for any of you watching this video that don't know, if you're diabetic and you try to go on keto, don't do it. The reason is that when you're diabetic, from what I understand, you need sugar. And with the keto diet, you're removing all carbs and all sugar. Removing all carbs and all sugar will lower your blood sugar, and it could potentially unalive you. So keto for anyone who's diabetic is a no-go. So she might be diabetic, and keto won't be an option for her. That doesn't mean she can't lose weight. All she has to go is go see her PCP, get a referral for a nutritionist, and see and take it from there. You know, just take it from there. It could be something as simple as I don't know, just eating less. Just eat less and go out walking. Anyways, rambled a bit too much. Let's continue with the video.
The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
Say right there?
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
That I don't agree with. He says he knows it was illegal and it was wrong. No, it ain't. There's no way that can be illegal. You know? Refusing service, when you're running some type of business and you want to refuse service to someone, that's not illegal. Like, for example, let's take him. He's a lawyer. He did not have to take your case. In that case, would it have been illegal for him to take your case? Excuse me, sorry. I mean, that point, he's being two-faced, you know, a hypocrite, a double standard. You can't say it's illegal. You know? Could it be wrong? Might be wrong for his wallet. You know? Because he's seeing here, hey, potentially we can sue Lyft and make millions. So yeah, it could be wrong for his wallet. You know?
Attorneys John Marco and Zach Runyon say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't.
No. That's wrong. A driver pulling up and saying you don't want to have black people in your car. No, that's not the same. Your weight and your skin color, your race, are not the exact same thing. That's comparing apples to oranges. I know that's a cliche of saying apples to oranges, but it's absolutely the truth. We're born with our skin color, and we don't have a choice over that. Our weight, we have a choice. Like earlier I said in the video, 5'10", 5'11", 462 pounds. I've made a choice to be this big. Okay? I have made a conscious choice by saying, you know what? I want to eat whenever I want, how much I want, whenever I want, and when I want as well. Or whatever. Probably repeating myself there, but you guys get the point. She's done the same thing. He's done the same thing. He's nowhere near 500 pounds. So he's gone ahead and done the same thing and said, you know what? I'm not going to eat everything in the kitchen. When I go do groceries, I'm going to make sure that I don't buy, that all the foods that I buy are not highly processed foods. I'm going to make sure that I have my vegetables once in a while, or maybe not once in a while. I'm going to make sure I have my vegetables and my salad every time I have a meal. Or maybe he just has it for dinner, but then he doesn't eat the rest of the day. He does intermittent fasting, but he only has one meal a day. You know, he could be doing that. And again, that's his choice. Not like before he was born, he said, I want to be white and have blue eyes. No, that's not the same. That's just incredible. When people decide to just pull out the race card just because something bad happened to them, or not even bad. It could be something unfavorable, because this situation here with Miss Dank Demos is not bad. It's unfavorable. Unfavorable because she was called out for being morbidly obese, even though she knows she is. She's trying to make it seem like there's more to the story when there isn't. It's you're morbidly obese. She's only, from what I remember, let's see if it says here in the title, she's, didn't say it, but I believe it says she's 29 years old. I'm 33. I'll be 34 later on this year. Being morbidly obese lowers your lifespan. She's lowering her lifespan. She might not make it out of 2025. Maybe she does. I've made it 33 years so far. I'm not guaranteed to make it 34 years. I could pass away the day before my birthday in my sleep. You know? And like I said before, I tried the keto diet. You know, I went back to my bad habits. After seeing this video, I thought about going back into doing keto, because I know I need to do it. And it's something definitely I have to do by this month, I guess. We're in February now. Today's what? Yeah, February 1st. Definitely gotta do something. I don't want to be morbidly obese for the rest of my life, and the rest of my life could be by the end of this month. You know, so not that long. Anyways, I'm on with the video. It's almost over.
I want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Okay, so that last part there, where it said other full-figured folks, obese and morbidly obese, have called out, saying the same thing happened to them. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said again, beginning of the video, you know, you order Uber, you order Lyft. These are independent contractors with their own cars. They need to maintain their cars. And now they see this person coming towards, hurtling towards their car, all right, at like half a mile an hour. And they're thinking, holy crap, they're going to destroy my car. I paid too much money for this car to be destroyed in a couple of seconds or in just one ride, however long the ride is. And that's wear on my, like I said, the shock absorbers wear on the tires because more traction in the tires, pressing harder against the road. Okay, more wear on your brakes. When you got a brake, now the whole car has to, all that extra weight, the car has to make sure that it stops when it needs to stop. The engine has to push harder, transmission has to push harder, the radiator has to push harder. The whole car has to push harder. And if you've ever driven around someone who's obese or morbidly obese, and you're driving the car, you can tell when you're turning the car that you're pulling all that weight. Or even if you haven't driven someone who's obese or morbidly obese, let's say you've driven some kind of work van or a pickup truck, and you have extra weight in the back, you can feel that weight holding down the car, holding down the truck, holding down the van. You can feel it. You know you have to floor it a bit more just to reach that the speed limit, 45 miles an hour. When you turn, you can't turn as fast because you're afraid of flipping the car over. So you got to slow down a bit more, slow down to like 10 miles an hour when you're taking that left or right turn. You don't want to flip, especially on a right turn. So those people that called out, like, I guess their goal of reaching out to her and saying, yeah, the same thing happened to me. I guess their goal there was just to say, I'm a victim too. You know what? Yeah, you're a victim. You're a victim of eating too much. Stop eating. From one giant fat man to a whole bunch of other giant fat people out there. We gotta stop eating. We're killing ourselves. Okay? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. But if you want to give yourself the best chances of reaching tomorrow, then you got to do what you got to do to reach tomorrow. And one of those things for people like us, for morbidly obese and obese people, is lose weight. We got to lose weight. If we don't lose weight, we're screwing ourselves over. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you have any comments, any thoughts you'd like to share, go ahead and leave it down in the in the comments section, and like or dislike the video, whatever you choose, that's fine.